Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Nike rocks my socks here. Those who know me, though, call me Tej. They call me the Beast, actually, but Tej just so happens to rhyme, so they go with that. You know, it's all right. I don't mind it. It's all right. As long as they know who I am, that's the point, right? Right. So, yeah, I digress. This kid right here gets punked. I'm totally blocking him from getting up in my secret spot. Denied. Yeah, it's good. He starts playing back with me and whatnot, and we have some good fun. But we'll turn away from this for a minute. Go ahead and keep watching this clip, because this poor guy ends up getting absolutely pwned. So, Game of the Year clips, guys. I'm going to begin. I'm going to disclaimer. A few of the Game of the Year clips I don't have, or clips for my Game of the Years, rather, as that sentence makes more sense. Because a lot of the games came out early year that I enjoyed playing, and a couple of them even came out on the PS3 via South Park Stick of Truth and Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix, which is a 10-year-old game, and still better than any game that came out this year, but I digress. So let's get right into it. We'll start it off with Minecraft. Welcome. Yes, I know what you're saying. Tej, look at this horrible piece of shit game. Didn't this come out in like 2003? And to that I say yes, sir. Yes, it did. But today I finally got around to it. Well, not today, but this year, a couple months ago to be exact. And this was like one of my first times playing it, and this is really the only clip of Minecraft that I have. I just kind of get into this room, and I see a lot of dudes just hanging out, so I just go ahead and I party with them. Let's get it on. Let's dance. But yeah, I digress. Minecraft was an alright game. It was fun. I put it on my Game of the Year shenanery because I just had a lot of fun with it those couple short months that I did play it. It's sitting on my PS4 as we speak. As I record this, I could probably click a button and look right at it. But will I play it? No. No. And, you know, that's because, you know, I don't really feel like building anything. Also, like I said, it came out in like 2003. Nobody wants to watch a 2003 game. I don't want to play a 2003 game. I don't want to do anything about 2003. But watch this kid get pwned real quick as I go ahead and I try to be a badass and get him with the one-shot pistol. Miss, instantly duck underwater. Look at the bullets fly past me. The dude completely loses sight of me. So I get up, reload, miss a second bullet, panic into the air, and come down with the fucking death from above, that fucking rain of fury. Look, he's so mad. He's like, where'd he go? Insta-dead, which he probably shouldn't even killed me because he stopped shooting when I was in the air, but it's alright, you know, who cares? But anyway, so yeah, back to Minecraft. It was fun when I played it. It was good. Not my Game of the Year, though. It is up there, though. I had a lot of fun with it this year. Now, we're talking about Destiny. Look at this beautiful game. Look at me jump up trying to get that, I would say B flag, but I know it's not. It's a C flag if memory. Oh, it is the C flag. Look at that bad boy. So I'm sitting here defending it, locking it down, putting kids down with, everybody knows the beautiful shotgun melee combo, except this shotgun is so good that, like, oh my goodness, but you can never can never underestimate the melee. And so I was on there just wrecking kids. Look at that kill, like 1,000 points for a kill. And this right here on Destiny, if you ever played the vault, if you get past like all the bosses before the final boss, you get to this part, and shit just disappears. I'm like flying. Listen to my guy, and I'm like freaking out. I can't believe it. Like I had to turn around and jump back. Are you kidding me? I had no idea that happened. I just went balls to the walls, followed my team, look at them all fall. A couple of them make it, and they're just going down and on the way. So I'm like, all right, we'll go ahead and do it this time. I go and I jump, a little glide, and oh, it disappears. Shit! I'm gliding now to the next one, and I'm running off of that one, and it disappears. Oh my goodness, I barely make that. That was so much fun. But it's moments like that why Destiny made it into my Games of the Year list. A lot of controversy surrounding Destiny, a lot of hate surrounding Destiny. I could be a major component of that. Only because I was so pumped up that Bungie was making it, and that I would be able to explore space and be a whole bunch of, you know, just be awesome. And when I got the game, it was a 30 frames per second, 3-world repetitive mission. It's like I beat the game in a week, and then it said it was an MMO and wanted me to continue playing it for weeks on end, and I was like, I've done everything except redo it 1,000 times to get the high-end loot. And so after I did it 1,000 times for a month to get the high-end loot, I was like, what the fuck do I do with the high-end loot? Idiot. Yeah, that dude got pwned. That's great. But It was fun. Destiny got my graphics of the year trophy because this shenanigan's looking beautiful. The 30 frames per second really allowed him to really press some more GPUs out of them graphics, which isn't bad at all. I enjoyed looking at it. I enjoyed being in space, looking up at the sky. I thought it was really beautiful. I loved the atmosphere that it created for me to play in. I just wish that there was a whole lot more of it, which I'll harken to Watch Dogs earlier at the beginning of the year, or compare the two rather, that I thought that they were great games, great ideas per se. They just weren't executed as properly I wanted, and that really, if I can really brag on it, or well, not brag, which I'm not going to brag about those games, but if I can harp on on what I think the problem is I think the problem is that the PS4 and the Xbox One, they just came out too early. From what I heard, like the moment they were released, PCs were, like 2-3 years advanced of them. And, to a gamer and to most people, it's not a big deal. It's like, I'm getting an upgrade, and who cares, da-da-da-da-da. But when I'm playing Call of Duty at 60 frames per second, 1080p, and I go online and I'm seeing kids playing at 120 frames per second on 1440p, I'm like, yeah, it kind of sounds pretty cool. I'd like to do that a little bit. And it's got to the point where I'm so spoiled that when the PS4 came out, like my mind was blown when I first saw the Ghost trailer, and they were talking about making actual circles in games, and I was like, holy shit, I don't have to look at straight lines anymore. I was actually playing Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix, and it had like the PSP game in there, and there's not a bro, they don't even try on their circles. It's like fucking hexagons in there. There's no circles in that game whatsoever. And so when I come over to Dragon Age like this, and some of these PS4 games, and I can see it actually rounded out, and I can see, it looks good. Like, look at that beauty. It's so sexy. I just figured that every game would just push it to the limits, be 60 frames per second, 1080p, just the greatest shenanigan. And games like Destiny are coming out at 30 frames per second. I think Destiny was his second biggest launch of the year, if not the biggest launch. Could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I just know it had a huge marketing scheme. A lot of people bought it, and it was great, and had the most pre-orders, I think, of any game of all time. So that was pretty cool. And so when these games keep coming out and they're unfinished and they keep getting pushed back and they don't fucking have a version, then I get a little pissed off. And I'm like, bro, if I had a PC, I could be playing at 120 frames per second. And where's my console games at like that? So but I love console gaming. So I have to take the pros with the cons, and I have to outweigh the good and the bad. So. I can understand Destiny, I can understand Watch Dogs, I can understand how they come into these first-year iterations of these games, and okay, they don't they don't measure up to everybody's expectations, but that's because the consoles aren't matched up to everybody's expectations. I mean, mother of God, come on, how do you expect these games to be great if they're not really, You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, bro? I know what I'm saying. I hope you guys do, because I absolutely can't say nothing today. I decided to do a commentary. I'm a genius. But my video is winding down here. I didn't really get to talk about Dragon Age or Call of Duty or whatnot, but I'll have to give my Game of the Year to Dragon Age. I just really enjoyed playing it. I don't have enough clips to show how epic it is, because, it's just a game of strategy and taking your time and whatnot. But this game right here is called The Binding of Isaac. It was free on PS Plus last month, and it's definitely top 3 game of the year. This game right here is great. Let me hook you up with the premise of the story. I just beat my mom there in the final battle, and this door kind of breaks open to the left. I've never been in here before. And it's like a little secret boss run I ended up finding out, where I had to fight every single boss in the game. I'll show you a little mini montage. This shit, like, they just kept popping up. And this is in-game, so I got some really powerful gear here. But this is a funny game where the premise is that your mom is watching Christian television, and she's convinced that the world is the devil, and it tells her the devil's outside. So to protect her child, she throws her child in the basement and won't let him come out. And so the game is working your way up through the basement and the floors to, escape and defeat your mom and, go about your life. There's a whole bunch of fucked up shit here in this game. It's hilarious. You can have evil playthroughs or good playthroughs. As you can see at my health bar up there in the top left corner, I got 2 normal health bars. That little white one on the second bar is an eternity health, because God loves me and he's going to give me an extra bar if I can make it through this battle surviving. I got 2 evil hearts, because I'm pretty evil this playthrough, as you can see by my demon wings and my ability to fly and whatnot. And I got 3 kind of soul hearts right there, which is kind of weird. But this game is so much fun. Every time you play, it's a different game because it's a ever-changing dungeon game. With different items in it. I've played it 70-some times. It's a hard game. I've beaten it maybe 7 times, I think it says. And like that Dead Sea Scrolls I just picked up, there's items like that they pop up. Every game is different. And so, like I said, I played 70 games. I've only found like half the shit. So this game is just really fun. I really enjoyed it. I had to show it off a little bit. Those are my Game of the Year picks. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all take her easy. Peace.